From Mamma Mia, welcome to The Spill, your daily pop culture fix. I'm Laura Brodnick.
And I'm Em Burnham.
And welcome to Weekend Watch.
Weekend Watch!
I never know what you're going to say at that point.
One.
It was so good. Where we talk about the best new TV shows and movies that have been released this week. So we have some very important reviews coming up. But first, we just want to do a little PSA for some things that we've been obsessed with that I guess technically didn't come out this week, but we want you guys to be aware of them.
Can I go first?
Yes, please do.
Okay. I have been watching this really new show, and I'm saying really new because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know when it came out.
Okay.
But it's new.
Sure.
It's the number one show on Apple TV right now. So It's on Apple TV. 3 episodes are out so far. More to come. It is called Pluribus.
Sorry, I didn't hear. Could you say it again?
Or Pluribus. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Probably not that last one. And
Anyway.
I think I've heard everyone say that differently, so I don't think there's anyone out there who knows how to say it.
Okay, so don't at me. But this show, and I'm watching this side to side with it, Welcome to Derry.
Yeah, you're obsessed with that show.
This show is not even like a horror show. It's like Sci-Fi, suspense, mystery. It is so scary.
Really?
It really messes with your mind. So it's one of those shows that this is why it's a PSA, because I can't say too much because I'll just give everything away. But it's about the world. There's this big extraterrestrial virus that takes over the world and everyone is infected except 11 people.
Ooh.
And we're following the story of Carol, who's an author, and she's one of the unaffected people. And it's basically her navigating this new world with people who are infected.
What happens to the people when they get infected?
I actually don't want to tell you because that is a huge spoiler.
Oh, okay.
But like my mind was blown. Like I thought it was going to go one way and it went the completely opposite way. And it's just like the first episode itself, you just are left like staring at your TV like it's a black screen and you're just like, what the hell did I just watch?
Oh, that sounds so up my alley. I both am terrified about those like plague end of the world shows.
Especially now after like COVID, it feels very
when
real.
you know that like, everyone would just look after themselves and be selfish.
100%.
But I also love watching them because the stakes are so high.
I really want you to watch this because I feel because that's like you love that stuff.
Yeah. That stuff. Sci-fi. Well done sci-fi
And this is just
shows.
like so different to the stuff that we usually talk about when there's a virus in a big world.
Yeah.
And I'm just really interested to hear what you have to say.
Okay. Well, I'll watch it and get back to you. Sorry, can you just remind the listeners what it's called?
Pluribus. 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 Pluribus.
Okay, so this recommendation technically came out last week, but I wasn't here, so I couldn't recommend it. So that's why I'm just doing a quick PSA to let the girls and guys know, okay? Yeah. So it's called All Her Fault, and it's 8 episodes, and it's out now on BINGE.
I've been seeing this everywhere. I am It's Sarah Snook, right?
Yes, it's Sarah Snook and our gal that we talked about for ages yesterday, Dakota Fanning. It's based on a novel by Andrea Mara, and a lot of people are saying that it's based on true events, which isn't strictly true. So the story starts off with Marissa, who is played by Sarah Snook, who goes to pick up her very young son, Milo, from a play date, and it's all really nice. She gets to the house that she has the address. She hasn't been here before. It's like another parent at the school.
Right.
And a woman opens the door and she was like, there's no Milo here. I live here and I don't know who these people are. So then Sarah Snook's character, starts to call other mums at school, starts to try and find out the person, the little boy who she thought was also on this play date is at the school with his mum. It's a whole thing. So then she starts to panic because her son has disappeared and it becomes this big hunt for her son and where is he and who took him. At the same time, she's made this new friend called Jenny, played by Dakota Fanning. And then her sort of life also starts to intertwine with Marissa's as they look for her son and all these family secrets come out. And it's a really, really well done thriller. I know a lot of people haven't want to watch it because they've seen that opening scene of her finding out her son is missing. And of course, that is every parent's ultimate worst nightmare. But as much as it's about a child missing, it is a kind of bigger thriller story about these adults and things that they've done in their past and stuff. So it is such addictive TV. It is 8 episodes and they're about 45 minutes each. But I think once you start, you could just slam through it in one day just because you'll be I have to. Yeah, this is the kind of show that you would start at Sunday morning and then you're going to message me late Sunday night and be like, and send me an intense photo of your face looking all stressed out, being like, I finished it.
Oh my God, I can't wait. Those are my weekend plans sorted.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's an intense watch, but it's a really well done thriller. And I don't think you'll sort of really see the ending coming of what happens.
Oh my
So it's a
God.
good payoff at the end.
Oh my God, I'm so
So
excited.
All Her Fault, Sarah Snook and Dakota Fanning, who are both fantastic in it. And Jake Lacey, he's been in other stuff, but I think people would know him from the first season of The White Lotus as the douchey guy, and he plays many a douchey guy so well. So, yeah, it's on Binge, 8 episodes. Go watch it. This might be slightly controversial, but we're in that time of year where Netflix is dropping their big slate of Christmas movies, and they're pretty much dropping one a week now until Christmas.
It's what we deserve.
Is it though? It's not what I deserve because I'm better than this is all I'm going to say.
I don't mind a little Christmas in November.
I love a Christmas movie. The only thing I find with these Netflix movies is I would 100% watch a new Christmas movie each week in the festive season, especially one with like really well-known beloved actors who maybe don't act as much now, but they do a Christmas film every year just to put some money in their account, which I so respect, especially because a lot of these are very much, you know, rom-com fan base. But I just find like I can't sit down and watch a shitty movie knowing it's going to be shitty. And I think that's why so many people like these Netflix movies. They're like, oh no, they're absolute trash and they're so bad, but I love them. And that doesn't appeal to me. I'll watch trash, like I'll watch like a trashy rom-com show, but I won't watch a show. Like I think with the Netflix movies is they feel very cheap a lot of the time.
It's cheap and it's like the
feel like
same
it's filmed on a
story with different hot people.
stage.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was like, at least, like, you got so much money, at least go to a location and film it.
Yeah.
So I did sit down to watch the new one this week that just came out for work purposes. And I have to say, I was very pleasantly surprised that I quite liked it. And some of it is to do with the cast. So it's called A Merry Little Xmas, and it stars Alicia Silverstone.
Fave.
Who I will love until my dying day because she was Cher in Clueless, and just seeing her face on screen just brings me so much joy. But
Is she
also
amazing?
She's so good. She's so good.
Yeah.
And it also stars Oliver Hudson, who I have a complicated relationship with.
He's my third favourite Hudson.
Really? Well, that's actually not.
Yeah, the last one.
So who? Goldie Hawn, Kate Hudson, and.
Oh, I was also including Wyatt in that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He is definitely the lesser.
I'm just like.
He's the Luke Hemsworth of the family, which is hard for him. That's why I have a little, I both like, well, the thing is, I feel like I know so much about him because he and Kate Hudson have a podcast together, but he mostly hosts it because she's working so much. But back when the two of them were hosting it, I listened to it because I found it so interesting, this huge deep dive into their famous family. And sometimes they'd call Goldie Hawn and get her thoughts on stuff and she'd tell them. It's just was really interesting.
That's cool, Mum.
But Oliver Hudson has a chip on his shoulder about how much he's had to go through in life, about being a famous, like coming from a famous family, and how difficult and how he's had to suffer in ways other people don't suffer. And I'm just like, you know what,
he
bro?
doesn't have a good edit.
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, you know what, bro? You are the definition of a Nepo baby who would not be famous without your family. Like, I do believe Kate Hudson would be famous without her mum being Goldie Hawn.
I believe Wyatt Russell would be famous without his parents being Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell.
Yeah,
he's such a good actor.
The two of, Kate and Wyatt really jump off the screen in a very intense way. Oliver Hudson is kind of fine.
He's fine.
He's there.
Yeah.
Would he be there if he didn't have famous parents? Absolutely not.
That's the reason. He wouldn't be there if he didn't have famous parents, which makes the comments about being a Nepo baby even weirder.
But also then I have a bit of sympathy for him because he's talked very openly about what it has been like being an actor and being the brother of Kate Hudson, who was just became a bona fide movie star and how difficult that was. He actually had Blake Lively's sister on the podcast, who's also an actor, and they had a conversation about what it's like to live in the shadow of a more famous sibling. And I really appreciate that. So anyway, Oliver Hudson's in it. And I actually quite liked him in this. It's been a while since I've liked an Oliver Hudson role. So Oliver Hudson and Alicia Silverstone play these married couple who they met right out of college, fell madly, madly in love. I'm just going to call them by their names so you know who they are. Yeah. So Alicia Silverstone wanted to be an architect, but Oliver Hudson wanted to move back to this little town that he'd been raised in by his two dads. So they do that, and instead of becoming this fancy architect and designer, Alicia Silverstone becomes like a handy woman. Like the one person in town everyone calls when someone's broken or something needs to be fixed. So they have an idea. So they've been married for decades and they've fallen out of love because she's like, you're married to your job as a small town doctor, you're never here. And he's like, you care more about compost and making your own toothpaste than you do about me. So they fall out of love. they've told their kids, they've told the two dads, they are trying to sort of have this holiday season together because the oldest daughter has come home from college with her Harry Potter loving boyfriend, and they're trying to have one Christmas for the kids.
That's very specific.
Yeah, no, that's a huge plot point. That's what I say. It's a huge plot point in the movie.
I love Harry Potter.
And then, well, you would love this guy. And they're beautiful kind of family. We're divorced but still together. Christmas is ruined by the fact that Oliver Hudson's character has a new girlfriend that he brings to Christmas.
Is that Jamil?
Played by Jameela Jamil, who is 10 out of 10 in this movie. That's the thing. Like
those are the only kind of roles I want to see her in.
Yeah, she's so good
I
in
want
it.
to see her being like a rich bitch.
Alicia Silverstone and Jameela Jamil are great together on screen. I'm
so
actually very
good.
invested in their relationship because she's like this very rich founder of this like multi-million-dollar company who also like helps women start their own business, and she's just perfect. She's almost a little bit like a nice version of Tahani in The Good Place.
Yeah, right.
And it's so funny because they kind of her character kind of calls out these tropes in these Netflix Christmas movies where like they're having dinner at this beautiful little, you know, their beautiful home in this tiny town in winter, and she's like, oh, it's like I'm in one of those Christmas movies. And she goes, except in a movie the wife would be dead, ha ha ha. And then she goes, oh no, but I'm so happy you're here.
Oh my
to
God.
So then Alicia Silverstone's character also meets this hot guy who's obsessed with her. So they both had their dates at Christmas.
Whoa.
But of course, do this married couple start to, as their Christmas go along, start
Get
to
back
rekindle
together?
their relationship? Potentially, yes.
Oh my God.
So I actually thought out of all the shitty Netflix Christmas movies, this one is quite good.
Does Jamil end up with the hot guy?
I can't tell you anything
She
about
does.
that,
I hope she
but
does.
I think you'll be quite happy with how it all plays out. Because they could have easily made her the villain, this like beautiful like woman from the big city who comes like take
She usually
the poor
plays like a
husband away.
villainy kind of person.
Yeah.
Remember
but in
She-Hulk?
this, you're kind of like yeah, there's a direct line from Merry Little Xmas to She-Hulk.
Good. Alternate reality.
So I just wanted to do that little PSA because I did watch the damn movie, so I wanted people to know that. Plus, if you're like me and you're going to like Christmas events this year and you're at Christmas parties or like having drinks at a friend's house, and my friends have this awful habit of saying, oh, let's put on a Christmas movie, and they'll put on one of those shitty Netflix movies, which is how I've watched The Princess Switch 1, 2, and 3 against my will.
Too many switches.
And talk about bad production value.
Stop switching.
And you're like, oh my God, I can't leave.
Yeah,
it's
I
so
can't watch
rude if I
Princess
leave.
Switch 4.
No, they're not making that, are they?
No, surely not. Please, I don't want to put that out
Oh
there.
my God, that would not surprise
Call the
me.
psychic.
Call the psychic and ask her what's going to happen. Little joke from yesterday's episode, please listen. Yeah, and you're like at a Christmas thing, you're like, oh, I can't, it's so rude if I leave, but I don't want to watch a shitty Christmas Netflix movie.
So you can have this one up your sleeve.
You can just say, hey, we should watch that new Alicia Silverstone, Oliver Hudson one and then, with Jamil and Jamil, and then things will be better.
Okay, this is a good PSA for the girls.
Yeah, just wanted to let them know on Netflix now. Okay, now we come to a very special moment of today's Weekend Watch episode.
Whoa, how did you guys get here?
Oh my God, hey!
Surprise!
Yeah, again, if you watch us on YouTube, you'll see that two people have appeared in the room as if by magic.
Yes, the magic of carrying chairs.
And that is, would you like to introduce yourself since you just jumped in?
Sorry, yes,
It's
hi.
like we're in the car and you're in the back seat. Why are you so far behind us?
I'm like that thing in SpongeBob where he's like, I lost something once. Like when he just wants to talk. Like, who is she? She still hasn't said her name. Hi, I'm Tina Burke. Follow me as pop culture and social editor.
And
I'm Monisha, producer of The Spill,
Yeah.
but mainly just here because I went to watch
It's so
Running Man.
funny.
We've taken up like the whole room.
Everyone's on Weekend Watch today.
Well,
Everyone.
yes.
Everyone is, because LB, you and I haven't watched The Running Man, which is out in cinemas now. Tina and Monisha have watched The Running Man. And I'm saying The Running Man because I heard it's not just Running Man.
I
No.
also thought it was just Running Man,
Such
but
an
it's The
important
Running
distinction.
Man.
No, Running Man is the dance move. The
Yes.
Running Man is
The Running Man
movie.
is the
the
film.
new Glen Powell
And-
movie, the highly anticipated movie.
Do you guys
Yeah.
have different opinions on the movie?
That's why we had to get them in
Could be
because,
said.
yes, you and I didn't see this movie. There's been a lot of chat around it, a lot of hype around it. So I was talking to both of you after you saw it to sort of see who could come on Weekend Watch and give their opinion. And then you both had such extremely different opinions. And then you also started fighting about your different opinions in an online conversation, which I was somehow brought into.
And
So I
also
had
in
to
a
witness.
separate thread. We didn't even send it all in
We
the
didn't
online
send
group
it all.
chat.
Yeah, then I realized you had side chatted our side chat, which is an extra level of mania. So I thought we had to get you both on. And
So
I,
just to clarify, you both watched the same movie,
We
right?
both
watched the
did.
same movie, but
we didn't
weirdly
sit in the
different
same cinemas. So
Yeah. We sat separately, so it was already off to a tense
do you
start.
think they showed a slightly different version of the
I
movie?
was actually wondering that
Monisha genuinely
Like that
was
Black
joking.
Mirror episode on gaslighting.
Because it's not like we have that different opinions. It's more like we have different interpretations of what happened. So I wonder if we did watch slightly different versions of the
yeah,
film.
I think
Are
we're
you
watching the same
joking?
thing.
That was a joke,
Monisha,
Manisha. That is the wildest thing a human being has
Yeah.
ever said. Of course, they didn't play different versions of the movie.
Okay, should we just talk about the movie?
Okay, so here's what we're going to
Yeah.
do. You guys
A
are
debate.
you guys are both going to, thank you, Emily. You guys are both going to give your verdict on the movie, and I, who have not seen the movie, will decide who is
Yeah.
correct.
Well, what do I do?
Okay.
Well, you can help.
Okay.
We
Would
can
you
decide
like a
together.
quick explanation of what the movie
Can
is?
I give my version of the movie?
And then Emily shares her
Emily
thoughts.
saw a third version in a different cinema.
Okay, Tina, maybe you do a little
Yeah.
rundown
Tell you what
on the
it's
movie.
about.
'Cause
Tina,
I'm
maybe
feeling,
you do all the work.
I'm feeling a bit Emily Burnham about this plot. I don't know if I can summarize it.
I don't know if you can, because I will say before we get into it, like the whole debate / feud that Monisha and I are currently in is that I don't understand her takeaways. I love them dearly. I actually now want her to review every movie I've ever seen to understand like what she pulls out of the
Just to
experience.
give a bit of context to the listeners, because
Yeah.
I know you guys do hear Manisha's reviews quite a bit. They are often quite left of center, which I like. Like you saw the
They're so good.
You saw the roses, and your big takeaway was that you like, guys, I don't want to like speak too soon, but I think people might be attracted to Benedict Cumberbatch. To which I said,
Arguably the most attractive man.
I said that is the point of Benedict Cumberbatch, and also
I think that was
that
generational.
terribly reviewed Amelia Clark Henry Golding movie,
The Last Christmas.
Last Christmas, where you were like,
That's an example of a bad Christmas movie.
a
Yeah.
really bad Christmas movie.
I'd say that's
and
like a top 5
You
Christmas
came out of
movie.
it being like, I thought that was going to get Oscar buzz.
I was like, that's the new love, actually.
So I just want to give a little caveat of that's many. And look, your opinion's not wrong.
It's an
Art is
opinion.
subjective.
We validate
It's
you.
subjective.
Art
And I
is
said that to her
subjective.
too. I said, I support her right to have her opinion.
We
I
just,
don't
never know what your
support the
opinion's going to be
opinion.
because it's never the opinion anyone else in the room has.
All right, well, let's just get into
let's get
Running
into
Man
it,
before we
Monisha.
insult me anymore.
I love it so much. I was giggling all the way home listening
Okay, so
to
what's the
Manisha's
movie
take.
about? Tim Burke.
The Running Man is an adaptation of Stephen King's novel of the same name.
Correct.
He wrote the book. Thank you.
We can all agree on that.
He wrote the book in 1982, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger did an adaptation in 1987. So some people are like, this is a remake of the Arnie movie, but it's not. It's just like another adaptation of the book.
Got it.
And Edgar Wright, who directed, has said this is like a more faithful adaptation of the book than the Arnie version. But Arnie did sign off on this film. He said it's great. So did Tom Cruise. Came, ate some popcorn, said,
And
what a
as- yeah,
film.
As we know,
Wait, why did Tom Cruise?
Because he
have to
loves
do-
Glen Powell so much.
he's mentoring
I
Glen
also
Powell.
like.
And I, much
I'm
like Tom
here too.
Cruise,
Tom
Because
Cruise.
Glen Powell doesn't do anything that Tom Cruise isn't telling
Yeah.
us to.
That's true.
so Stephen King and Tom Cruise both signed off Glen's portrayal, and here we are today.
Yeah, and we know Stephen King would say if he hated it because he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
If someone adapts his work for TV or film and he doesn't
Yeah,
like it, he will say
and
it.
he gets approvals.
Yeah.
So Glenn said this whole thing of like he got the role and then was told Stephen King had to watch that Netflix movie Hitman to see if he approved of Glenn or
Ooh,
not.
I wouldn't be
And
shocked.
then-
Oh my God.
I know. I was like, I'm sorry, Glenn. I love you, but I wouldn't have shown him that at
Yeah,
all.
that's the wrong one.
Yeah,
but
show
Stephen
Maverick
liked it.
Top Gun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Stephen had a good time. So
Great.
here we are today. I would describe this movie, despite the fact that it was written before this, as the Hunger Games for adult men.
Beautiful.
Because-
It's
I
a
like
great
that.
summary.
It is basically much like those, even though it was written before the Hunger Games. It is a dystopian movie. And I think this is where their $7 of budget for marketing has like kind of unstuck them a little because so many people going in just thought it was like an action spy movie. And it's like, no, it's actually like a dystopian, like they're in a futuristic world where it's like a class divide between the rich and the poor. And what they essentially do is, to keep the masses entertained and to offer them hope, much like in the Hunger Games, there are competitions that they trick the poorer civilians into doing. And one of those is a televised event called The Running Man, where 3 people are selected to go into this hunted situation for 30 days where a bunch of like armed expert assassins chase them for 30 days and try to kill them. And if they survive, then they win money. However,
it feels kind of Hunger Games, but also Squid Games.
But also Squid Games. Like,
Yeah.
it's very, it's a classic little dystopian rich people, poor people tale. And Coleman Domingo stars as like our Caesar Flickerman, which in the Hunger Games, he's like the camp TV host who's like performing for the masses and like trying to convince the contestants to say the right thing on camera. And part of it as well is that like in order to keep, I guess, all the civilians involved in this, they also offer rewards to civilians. So if I see Laura Brodnick, the Running Man, on the street and I want to turn her in, I can get $5,000.
So then also John Wick.
Yes. So it's very like, kind of dystopian, murder, fuck the man. Like that's meant to be the vibe. But you don't necessarily get that from this film. But what it is for me, we'll get to Monisha's feelings, is like it's a good popcorn flick. I had a great time. I was entertained. It's like a 2-hour film. I was never bored. I just was like, this is a good time. You see Glen Powell's butt. Huge.
And huge part of the review.
Huge part of the review from me is that you do get a Glen Powell moment. There's like little bits of humor, but it's not meant to be a funny movie. Yeah. Another Monisha moment we'll get to later. Yeah. But it's just like a good action flick. There's good vibes. There's a really good casting. Like Lee Pace is in it. Josh Brolin's in it. Oh my
God, Lee Pace.
Beautiful Lee Pace. Like it's just a really nice cast. I think it's a good movie. Is it the best movie you'll ever see? Absolutely not. I didn't particularly love the ending. Can't say why. However, didn't hate it either. I just think the vibe is very much like Glen's done a good job with what there was to work with. Yeah. And it's fun. I had a good time. But we've got our critiques too.
That's your interpretation of
That's my summary of the movie.
Your interpretation of apparently the version you saw. Monisha, what is your review of this movie?
Mine's so much less nuanced. All I had written down is needs more jokes and more running. There was not enough running.
Do you not know this is a dystopian Stephen King novel?
Okay, I didn't actually know that.
And I think that's fair because a lot of people did not.
I didn't know it, and I thought that it was meant to be a bit funnier based on the trailer. Like the trailer had all these really funny moments, and I just thought,
you think
Glen
it's one
Powell.
of those things that people are doing at the moment, like Mean Girls saying it's not a musical and all those sorts of things of trying to mislead the audience so that they
thought
come
there'd be
and
a
see
Get
it.
Smart kind of energy.
And also, I guess kind of movies like Glen Powell has been doing lately are comedy.
Yeah. So I was expecting a few more jokes, but my main issue was the lack of consistent running throughout a movie called The Running Man. So my first thought when I left the cinema is I messaged Tina and I said, there's a lot of sitting around. Like he would go, he's on the run, but then he'd check into a hotel and then he'd put on this reality show. So in the show, he's watching this sort of Kardashian-esque reality show.
There's a Kardashians mockery and it's fantastic. It features a celebrity cameo and I won't spoil it, but there are some great celebrity cameos in this movie.
And it's a commentary on class and how the other half live and all that kind of thing. But I feel like there were quite a few scenes where he would check into a hotel and be like, I'm going to watch that show now. And I was like, I don't know, it's just, maybe this is just me, but if people were out on the road actively trying to kill me, my downtime would be minimal. I would be on the go,
That's so
next
fair.
location. I get you have to sleep, it's 30 days, but just, I don't know, I feel like you're a bit of a sitting duck in that situation.
My favourite thing about this is, one, there is so much running in this movie. Everyone's running too much. There is a lot of action.
Arguably
She's like, he's in a
running.
hotel. And I'm like, where there were explosives and there was a huge fight sequence.
Not
and
in all the hotels.
He scaled a building.
Did you leave the cinema halfway through? What's happening
She's
here?
like, I think he sat down a lot. I'm like, he is trying to hide.
I will say when he was standing, there was a lot of action.
So true.
When he was on his feet, he combated.
And I have to also say that as part of it, the contestants have to film themselves, they check in, and then there's a bit of manipulation of what gets aired on TV. So he is watching TV to see what has made the cut and what he's being edited as.
But he didn't have to watch the Kardashians that much,
And then sometimes he gets mad and he cuts to the fake Kardashians. And Monisha's not happy with that. I want to say that show got 1 minute of screen time.
I think lack of urgency was a running theme. Maybe that's why I don't know. Lack of urgency, we could have avoided maybe some of those close calls if we didn't put our feet up so much, Glen Powell. But I will say I've never been, this is sort of in line with my commentary on Benedict Cumberbatch, never really been that attracted to Glen Powell weirdly, but he is pretty hot in this. So good job on that for him.
What was your other big reveal about the man? You said something about the man with the mask.
I feel like she's completely forgotten about
What
this
did you
movie.
say?
So there is a man with a mask. He's a kind of, would we say a sexy hunter? Maybe not. Maybe just
his name is Lee Pace, and he is famously a very attractive actor. So yes, I think this is another Benedict Cumberbatch situation.
6'6".
He's so tall.
Yeah,
Makes him
Whoa,
tall.
is he actually?
Yeah.
No, he's
so
Well,
tall.
yeah, we both looked at
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's tall.
6'6".
I know about all the tall men in the world.
Yeah.
I feel like the air's a bit thin up there, and you
But
get that tall.
It does
I
make
don't
me
know.
so happy
okay
when
with
you
it.
discover a new hot man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
So
knowing
that was
he's
really
thrilled
good
for
for me.
her.
Just knowing he's out in the world makes me feel better.
Yeah.
So if you don't know much about Lee Pace, definitely worth a trip to the cinema to see him, and also to give us your thoughts on the level of running.
The level of running. I think valid criticisms from you.
He
I
does
just
look
like
very
that
tall. I just looked it up.
he is so tall.
What, you just told that like in a single photo. I thought you were Googling his height.
No, I was
You
looking
could
at
just
his
tell
photos
from a photo.
Yeah.
with other people.
Oh.
I've only ever seen him like in a solo shot. Like he
Yeah.
recently did that cover for Bustle,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
He does a good shoot. That has been part of the fun, I think, of the Running Man press is that Glen Powell, like, I think a beautiful man. I regularly show Laura new screenshots of his face
So
on the daily.
regularly.
But it's like Glen Powell in like a boring suit, and then he's on the press tour with Lee Pace and Coleman Domingo, two of like the most fabulously
you
dressed,
can't
hottest
compete with
tall
that.
men
That's
in
almost
Hollywood.
Unfair to
It's not
Glen
very fair
Powell
to Glen.
put him in the
Yeah.
middle of
This was
Yeah.
the press tour that he should have brought his parents out for.
Yeah, he should have. Instead, he brought Tom Cruise, and they were like, "What a good film."
Oh my god! Imagine Tom Cruise next to Lee Pace. Tom Cruise is
Must
like
see.
5'5".
And Tom
Yeah.
Cruise runs well, so Glenn could have modelled himself on that.
I do think he modelled himself with the running. They do that arm running.
Yes.
Oh, the Tom
The
Cruise
Tom Cruise
run.
arm running. He's really learned how to do
Aerodynamic.
that. I do think that
Like
the
what
fight.
skaters do on the
Yeah.
ice.
I think the fights were good. I think the sequences were fun. I really enjoyed some of the commentary that it was offering. I don't think it necessarily landed like where it had to go. But I really had fun. Like, I don't know. I think it's a good like blockbustery action film and kind of like we haven't had one of those in a while, like as in a dystopian one, you
Yeah,
know, like a
that's
fun
true.
one that you can kind of root for somebody in. Yeah, it's a bit basic, but I had fun.
Yeah,
And I thought that there was just enough running.
Well, I would just say temper your expectations with the running scenes if you go in really keen for some good running action like I did. But I mean, he does run. It's not a complete lie.
All right, I've taken in both arguments. Emily, what do you think? Which review do you think is the correct one? Who do you think saw the correct version of this movie that allegedly has multiple versions playing in cinemas?
I think. Which version had more Lee Pace?
My version.
You
That
got
one.
you go up to the counter to buy a ticket and say, "Hello, I'd like to see the Running Man, but could I please see the version?" I've heard there's multiple.
I just want a Lee Pace cut.
That has the more Lee Pace.
Could have
in
done
it.
with more Lee Pace, if I'm being honest,
Okay.
of the
Yeah,
film. Yeah,
interesting.
could have been more.
Look, I've seen both sides, but I think my version is technically the best,
Okay.
and that is Lee Pace standing tall amongst all of these runners who are quite small. And he doesn't even need to run because he's so tall. He just uses his long arms and like pick them out and like kills them.
Okay, I feel like they didn't help at all. So
And that
I
was the
guess-
ending of the movie.
I guess fillers that we'll just finish by saying The Running Man, starring Glen Powell and Coleman Domingo and Lee Pace, out in cinemas now.
And Tom Cruise.
And Tom Cruise by proxy, adjacently. In cinemas now. Go and see it if you're looking for just a fun movie. And then please do let us know what you think of it.
Yeah.
Because I still feel like we haven't gotten to the bottom.